Excuse me.
Do you need
sorry.
some water?
No, I need
Okay.
some Ozempic.
There was a lot of appreciation that, you were one of the few who were like, yeah, whatever, I was on it.
Yeah, listen, I'll take anything that's new and on the market. I'm not scared of that. The whole world's about to end anyway, so you might as well look good while it happens.
You're going across Canada. It's 11 shows in 10 Canadian cities, which we really appreciate because artists, when they come here, usually they pick Toronto, sometimes they might do Vancouver, maybe Montreal, but it's not a cross country, you're not hitting the spot. So thank you. Why did you want to see the most amount of Canadians that you possibly could?
Well, Canada has been very good to me, and I spend my winters here for the last 5 years. I've always been a fan of Canada in general. Listen, when you're an American these days, Canada is very, very appealing. So I like to be here. I like to spend at least 3 or 4 months a year in Canada.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I think it was a while ago on social media, you were like, I'm auditioning countries.
Yes.
How is Canada doing in this edition?
It's an A+ situation. Listen, we are aligned in our value system, in our drug, the drugs, the legalization of all the things that I love to imbibe. That is another motivator.
Yeah.
The skiing obviously is great, and the people are civilized, I should say.
Yeah.
So, and there are no guns in Canada, so there's just so much to celebrate.
Thank you for loving this nation.
So I appreciate the value system. I appreciate the progressiveness, the inclusivity, and there's not that many people. There's not as many people in Canada as America. So it's kind of a nice break from my regular life in Los Angeles to come up and spend time up here. It's just a different scene, and I like to dip my finger. I like to move around a lot.
On tour, you've been sharing your childhood stories. You've been going into the past. What's that been like for you night after night to revisit young Chelsea? Well, the little big bitch.
Yes, a little big bitch. Thank you. That's what I was, and that's what I still am. Now I'm a big little bitch, or a big, I don't know, some order of those words. It's been great. It's so nice to be on stage and bring people together, especially during what's happening in the world, which is so sad and upsetting, everything. So it's so nice to provide a service and a reprieve, and to talk about my childhood is so fun because I was just like this when I was a little girl. I was just a bitch always, I didn't become one, or it's not a persona.
You're a born bitch.
I was just like, listen, I'm a leader, I'm in charge. I looked at my family, I'm like, this doesn't look right. I'm like, my parents were useless, they were not competent. They were like an ashtray on a motorcycle, the two of them. So I had to come into my family hot and organize stuff. I was like, I'm a leader. My brothers and sisters, there were 5 of them. I was the youngest, and I was just a baby, literally a baby, but I hated being treated like a baby. I felt like a woman when I was 3. I'm like, all right, I have to get a job. I have to start making money so I can get my own place because I can't live with these people. Yeah. They flew coach. I wanted to fly first class. We weren't aligned.
You mentioned you come from a family of 5. You were the youngest. You are, though, like me, child-free by choice.
Yes.
You have decided that is not the life for you. Is it because you come from a family of 5? Is it...
Maybe. I mean, I just don't ever, I knew right away that I just felt childhood was so insulting. I didn't feel like a child. I didn't relate to being a child. I went to Disney World and I was like, this is insulting. You expect me to believe that there was a bunch of grown-ups dressed like mice trying to run around taking photos with me, all of it. So, no, I just never related to children. I like them, if you like them, go get one, but not for me. And I feel very vehement about, all women really taking it into consideration. You don't have to do that. You don't have to get married. You don't have to have a baby. That's what it was expected of us, but you don't have to do that.
But you flexed your child-free life. There was a great video that went viral from The Daily Show where you were just like, this is what it's like. It's fun. I've got my dogs. I can take a nap every half an hour if I want to. It's true. I almost feel bad living my life with my friends who have children because I'm like, oh, what'd you do today? They went to the pool with the kids, and I was like, oh, I just slept in till 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty sweet system I have going, and I'm very proud of the life that I've created for myself. And anyone who has a child, I can't feel too badly for them. They made their bed, and now they need to lie in it.
And you can go skiing topless.
I can go skiing topless. I don't have a child yelling at me like, Mom, stop embarrassing me. I mean, I have nieces and nephews, but they've just learned to like look away, you know. They get so many other benefits from having me as an aunt that they're willing to accept the embarrassing moments where I flash people or run around naked.
I was looking at your social media and I feel like you were a little bit prescient because you did this video talking about Riz. And your exposure to the word
Riz, yes.
Yes, and now it's been declared the word of the year.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, this week they announced that Riz, so.
I don't understand how these words become real words. It's so ridiculous.
I know.
It's like anyways. People say anyways.
It's anyway.
It's anyway.
Yes.
And anyways, I'm sure is going to become a word too. I mean, and I love words, so it's very upsetting.
Because charisma is a great word.
Yes. Oh, it's Riz. Oh, that's the root. Okay,
yes.
I see. I didn't even put that together.
Charisma is a great word in the English language.
Charisma is a good word, yes.
Anyway, so I take it this to mean that Riz is not part of your vernacular.
Well, I mean, I don't really throw that word around
you
a lot.
have Riz.
Yeah, I do have it, but I'm also 48 and I'm dignified. You know what I mean? I don't need to be throwing around words like that. I don't need nails out to here, like to try to relate. Like, I'm cool the way I am.
There was another buzzword of the year. Jimmy Kimmel actually mentioned it on stage at the Oscars. 2 months after you, we appreciate, were one of the first people to be like, yeah, I was on Ozempic, didn't know, but I was.
Yes.
What do we think of this Ozempic takeover in Hollywood?
Well, listen, it's a miracle for anyone who's ever struggled with their weight. It really is, and a lot of people have. So everyone should do whatever they want with it, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you want to take a drug to curb your appetite, do it.
I appreciate that you.
Excuse me.
Do you need
sorry.
some water?
No, I need some Ozempic.
There was a lot of appreciation that, you know, you were one of the few who were like, yeah, whatever, I was on it.
Yeah, listen, I'll take anything that's new and on the market. I'm not scared of that. You know, the whole world's about to end anyway, so you might as well look good while it happens.
You are booked and busy, though. You mentioned you're on stage, but then right away in the new year, you're hosting, once again, the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yes.
I need to know, have the fittings started? How many outfit changes will there be? Can you just tell me what it's like to host a show like that and be in that kind of spotlight?
Sure. Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, you know, it's like a lot of energy, but you know, I think you can always. There's going to be 3 outfit changes. I'm doing my fitting as soon as I get back to LA after my show in Ottawa. This weekend I go to LA and I will do my fittings there, hopefully.
Okay.
I told her to get something to forest green and yellow. That's my color.
Okay.
Recently. And we'll see if she comes up with that, my stylist. And then, yeah, I have writers that help me, you know, write all the material, and then we go through it together. And there's going to be a lot of big stars there, as usual, so you have to be ready to go out and give it to them, you know, dish it out, and then go get drunk with them when you're done, making fun of them.
You mentioned the stars. Jennifer Aniston, your good friend, her show, The Morning Show, 6 nominations, including one for her. Do you have any favorites? Like, you know, do you have films or TV shows that you're rooting for?
I mean, you know, listen, it's kind of like the Olympics. I look at those award shows. I'm just happy for anyone who wins.
Okay.
You know, when even in the Olympics you watch and you see these little Russian ice skaters win, and I'm like, good for you guys. I mean, definitely good for them, because then they have to go back to Russia if they lose. It's terrible. So I root for everyone. I don't really have a favorite, or, you know, obviously I have a lot of friends that are nominated because that's my industry, but, you know, and I will root for them, but I'm just happy to be there, and I'm happy to like provide a nice light vibe. You know, it's been a long time since we've had anything going on in Hollywood because of the strikes. So it'll be fun to be back on that stage.
I know, it's popping right now. I feel like there's something going on, 5 things going on every night.
Yeah.
And especially with you, so touring, hosting the award show, the podcast. Dear Chelsea, you just had Esther Perel on. You were talking about relationships very openly. Are you open to love again?
Yes, I'm definitely open to penetration and love. And I am wide open for business. And I love men, so bring it to me.
Have you ever slid into anyone's DMs?
Yes.
What is the opening line?
Hey.
Is that all it takes?
Hey, yeah, well, that's the opening line, and then, you know, that will, you know, continue. But yeah, I slide. I'm not scared of that. You know, I'm ready to rumble. I like that. I mean, look at me. I have to share myself with the world.
Your interview with Yvonne Orji went viral because she was talking about her virginity. She's, I think, 39 years old.
Yes.
And everybody was talking about that. And that banter was amazing. Like, tell me, though, when you were talking with her, given that you just said, you know, you're ready to have sex all the time, what that dynamic was like.
Well, you know, I was just flabbergasted that she was a virgin at that age, and for religious reasons, I think, you know. So I was just so curious about it. You know, it's very unusual to meet someone. I know another one who, this woman that's opening for me, lost her virginity. My opener on my Canadian dates, she lost her virginity when she was 31. And so it's funny just to hear stories. Like, I just can't imagine waiting that long to have sex.
Seriously, me neither.
Like, what's the point of waiting that long? I don't get it. I don't understand. So I'm very curious. So the conversation is very easy because I'm naturally interested.
Who's your dream guest on the pod?
Oh, I don't know.
Your white whale.
What male?
Your white whale, like the...
Oh, white whale. I thought you said white male. I'm like, I don't think I dream about white males. But I am in Canada, so I know there are a lot of them here. Dream guest. I don't know. You know, Jon Stewart would be a good guest for me to have on the podcast. I just met with him recently about something, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should have him on the podcast. So that'd be good. I don't have dreams. Like, I don't think in those terms. I just kind of go with the flow and see what's interesting and what pops up, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so let's wrap it up, because I know you have to go. You're very busy. But I want to talk about some of your 2023 highlights, okay?
Yes.
What do you remember from performing with Sarah Silverman in Hollywood?
Oh, well, Sarah, that was really nice because it was right after this whole Israel and Palestinian conflict began. And I had 2 shows at in LA, and I told her that I wanted her to come and do a guest set. And she said she didn't think she could go on stage because she was just so distraught and so upset about all the anti-Semitism and everything that was happening. And I said, no, you know, we've got to do this. This is our job to provide joy and laughter, and I'm going to make you come, and you have to come and perform tonight. And so she did both shows with me, and it was awesome, and it was great, and she was really happy she did it.
Okay, and then what was it like to see Bruce Springsteen in concert in London with Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom, Judd Apatow, Leslie Mann, all those, Emma Thompson, all those friends?
Oh yeah, it was so fun. Oh my God, that night was crazy. They brought us up to this like thing that's called a tree house. So it's like a VIP area in Hyde Park in London. And I obviously became the bartender because that's my, you know, inclination. And that's really all I can provide in the domesticity
it's a great
apartment.
Service.
Like I can't clean or cook. I can only make cocktails. And I can only make like 2. So I was the bartender for the night, and we just had an incredible time. And Bruce Springsteen is incredible in concert. I mean, I saw him twice this summer in Oslo and then in London. And I just was like blown away. I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan now, and I was a little late to the party, embarrassingly.
Yes, that looked fun. It was like a lot of FOMO for the rest of us. And then when you go viral, what is that like? You know what? You went viral a couple times this year for, you know, the child-free video, for some things on social media. What's that experience like for you now?
I mean, I'm pretty used to that, you know. I mean, I'm one of those people who sounds off and like creates things or attracts attention, I guess. You know, I'm always outspoken, so I guess it's just, I mean, I'm kind of good. I'm glad. You know, I'm not like upset or thrilled about it. I don't really, I mean, I'm not, you know, it's always a good thing, I think.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. Thank you for being sober for our interview.
Yes,
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
At 9:30. It's an honor for me.
Thank you.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.